Okay, so what exactly is it like living in Salt Lake City while black? Understand how prevalent it is to talk about this, because I had a couple of people ask me, hey, what is it like being in Salt Lake City, black? There we go. Okay, jump into the video. So why would anyone want for me to do a video about being black in Salt Lake City? Living in downtown Salt Lake City is absolutely dope. I'm next to museum, landmarks, great restaurants, nice nightlife. I'm a little bit more of a homebody, but when I do go out, I like a slower vibe. Salt Lake City has a very small town feel within a big city. So that is why I chose Salt Lake City initially, because it fits with my personality. Second reason why I chose Salt Lake City was because at the time, the job that I was at, me moving to a new city, and I kind of didn't want to be in the suburbs. I'm not in a position where, I need to have the big house with all the land. I'm kind of a minimalist. So I figured, let me get a downtown dig and, be able to be within walking distance to a nice cafe, theater, museums, like I said earlier, right? So Salt Lake City, or should I say the state of Utah, really promotes outdoor activities, and that's something that I'm into as well. And the third reason why I moved to Salt Lake, because I said, why not? No one ever really talks about it as far as it being other than a Mormon state. So as I move into Salt Lake City, and I've been there over a year now, and since I've done that video, I think when I did that video, it was like I was a month into it at the time. Here's my honest opinion about living in Utah while black. Are you ready? The truth of the matter is, in today's world, I completely understand why someone would want to ask the question, because as we turn on our YouTube, our Instagram, our Twitter, we are always seen by vicious displays of black people, brown people, people of color being treated very, very harshly. At times, even as I travel, I'm stricken with fear sometimes that, at any given time, something can happen to me just because of the color of my skin. So with that being said, my honest opinion about living in Salt Lake City would be, I have never experienced being in any place, and this is me being honest, I've never experienced any place that allowed me to be a human being. What I mean by that is, I don't feel any way, or should I say, I'm not reminded that I'm black living in Salt Lake City. I'm just not. I'm treated as a woman. I'm treated as a human being. I'm treated, politely. I've been there over a year now. I haven't had not 1 ounce of feeling like there has been any racial prejudice towards me. Even at my workplace, at the time I was an executive for a company. I didn't feel like someone was trying to, get over on me. I didn't feel like a minority. I didn't feel any of those things. And that's me being honest. I think that's probably why when I did the video, it was pretty much just, like a positive thing, or should I say just me saying living in Salt Lake City is awesome, because the truth of the matter is, it's one of the first places I ever been to where it didn't matter what color I was. I can be natural there. As you guys can see, I'm growing locks from the time that I did the last video. So you could just be yourself there. There's just, you know how you go places and you feel you feel it. It's an energy, right? It's tension in the air. That's not the case living in Salt Lake City. And again, I live in downtown Salt Lake City. Yeah, that's the truth of the matter. I love Salt Lake City. Salt Lake City has been good to me. Like I said, it's one of the first places where they treat me like a human being. From the cops to the people, that own businesses there. There's no tension. And I think that's why a lot of people ask me to do a video about living in Salt Lake City as black, because again, like I said, I get it. It's like we're living in a time where it's very prevalent to know where you're going, because sometimes I feel like there's no place on earth that, you know, has any type of safe haven for black people. But the truth of the matter is there's going to be racism anywhere you go. There's going to be prejudiced people anywhere you go. So I would definitely urge anyone that's looking at this video to not even pay attention to that. You know, if you want to go someplace and try it out, go someplace and try it out, especially if you're coming from an area where, or should I say, you're coming from a place in your mind and in your heart, you just want something different. So again, I encourage you, just get up and go. Get up and go. Don't worry about if people are looking at you if you're black. You know, don't worry about if people looking at you if you're a woman. You know, you just, you know, you go and you explore, and you can't worry about things like that. You know, there are people that are not people of color that go through racial prejudices. You know, there's, you know, it is what it is. So you cannot let that be an excuse. You don't, you know, it's one thing to do your research, you know, and say, hey, you know, I don't want to go a place where they literally treat black people specifically bad. But the truth of the matter is, I mean, that could just be anywhere, you know, and the way I live my life, I'm up in there, you know, I'm going, you know, as long as they take my green money, I'm going. I'm going to go and I'm going to act accordingly. And what I mean by act accordingly is that I go there with a positive mindset. I go there with a positive vibe, you know, go in there acting as a citizen, you know, and I don't have the thoughts any longer about would I be treated differently as black, because the truth of the matter is I can't turn the skin color in anyway. So I just live in a mental space that promotes positivity. I do things that promotes spirituality. I do things that take my mind off of negative things. So I immerse myself into my photography, into me creating content. I love food, so I'm always at a new restaurant or I'm cooking because that's my former background. And I just try to have in my head the ideals that no matter where I go in life, if I allow myself to be judged, I will be judging myself as well. And I don't judge me. You know, I am who I am. You know, I'm a human being. I have my flaws, and I also have my strengths and weaknesses. Just always look to normal things that human beings do, and that's my driving force into anything that I do. So I hope that answered you guys' questions. You know, I hope that answered the simple fact that, you know, coming to Utah, living in Utah, doesn't matter if you're black, white, or brown, or green or purple. You know, it's a good place to be, especially if you're into outdoor activities, if you're into the arts, if you're just into being in a place that's safe and secure. And that's pretty much it. So listen, guys, leave a comment below. I would like to know your thoughts on pretty much the video and how you guys feel overall. Let me know if you guys are thinking about coming to Utah. I would love to tell you what the great spots are to go check out. And yeah, definitely make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay centered, stay safe, and always stay fly. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.